Colonel Jess Curry, an engineer on the Army staff, as well as part of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. So if you go out to the parade route even today, you can see some of that work being put in place. And what that is it started weeks ago with assessments, working with National Park Service, Federal Highway Administration, and really bringing to bear the engineers from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, our expert engineers that around the world assess the impacts of these types of vehicles on all types of pavement. So they've done that assessment. Based on that, we put together the plan that you'll see being put at key locations around the route. Primarily, it is metal plating that's being put down to address those areas where tanks have to steer sharply, and we get some of the grinding reaction from between those tracks. Throughout the straightaways, we really have very little or low concerns that there will be any other damage. The plates and where we're putting them is designed to minimize or eliminate all possible damage. So that's ongoing now. Will be in place before the parade begins, and will come up immediately after.
Is there anything beyond the plates, or is that sort of the? Is there anything beyond the plates, or is that kind of the bulk of it?
Well, thanks for asking, because there is. That is certainly the most visible thing that everyone's going to be able to see out along the parade route. But in addition to that, we're putting down a lot of matting in the staging areas, things again to just mitigate any potential. We're using an abundance of caution. We want to protect these streets. This is our capital city as well, so we're committed to ensuring that we minimize any possible damage. But in addition to the protective measures being put on the road, what you can also see during the parade is the tanks all have brand new rubber track pads placed on them, which increase the padding that they have underneath each track to minimize that potential damage. And it's a parade, so they're going to be moving slowly. They're going to be very careful. The operators that are coming with the units to this parade, they're very, very well trained at what they do, and give us complete confidence that we're going to be able to execute this parade with little to no damage to the DC streets.
Thank you, everyone.
Hey, good afternoon. Sharon Kirschbaum from the District Department of Transportation. So while the parade route itself is on National Park Service roads, for the vehicles to get to the parade route, they will be riding on district government, DC land and roads. And one of the other things that we do, as we would for all oversized and overweight vehicles, we require that they receive a permit. And when they apply for the permit, we take a look at the weight, and then we work together on the route to make sure that if they're covering any bridges or any other vulnerable roadways, that they can withstand the weight. And then we give recommendations in terms of the spacing and in terms of the speed to make sure that there's no other